Whatever happened to blue sky day? Planes overhead, spraying all my blue sky day away. Spraying out the sun, milking out the sky. Aerosols at altitude, at atmospheric heights. Jet planes making chemtrails, making grid lines in the sky. Street graffiti not allowed, but vandalized. Stratospheric sky. Whatever happened to blue sky day? Planes overhead, spraying all my blue sky day away. Spraying out the sun, milking out the sky. Aerosols at altitude, at atmospheric heights. Jet planes making chemtrails, geoengineering off the skies. Street graffiti not allowed, but vandalized. Stratospheric sky. You think I'm crazy, would you rather I don't say? Shall we pretend that it ain't happening, and it'll all just go away? Jet planes making chemtrails, making gone rays in the sky. Planes are spin like spiders' webs, and that's making horrible. All of us to fly, right in front of your eyes, right there in the sky, right there in your eyes, right there in the sky. You think I'm crazy, would you rather I don't say? Shall we pretend that it ain't happening, and it'll all just go away? Jet planes making chemtrails, crisscrosses in the sky. Street graffiti not allowed, but vandalized. Stratospheric sky, right in front of your eyes, right there in the sky, right there in your eyes, right there in the sky. Many, yeah, we all got eyes to see. Some that just don't realize the rich man's trickery. So many, we all got eyes to see. Some that just don't realize the rich man's plan, traps and trickery. Woke up this morning to a blue sky day. Planes overhead, spraying all my blue sky day away. Children ask you, daddy, tell your mommy, look to the sky. Where have all the blue skies gone all hidden? In plain sight.
Well. We are indeed back again. Who'd have thought it, right? Here we are, live from the rolling hills of Murrayshire in the northeast of bonny Scotland, right? Do you know it? Of course you do. You know it because of me, right? I'm the claim to fame for Murrayshire. Sure. Let's go with that. Anyway, good evening. Hopefully, I've managed. Hopefully, I've managed to work it, and we are indeed rolling. I thought I would be able to see myself on the screen, but I can't. Anyway, hopefully, it's we're loud and clear in terms of the audio, right? So maybe let me see. Maybe Rich can let me know how the audio's going. Good to see Rich and my good friend Justine. An absolute pleasure to see you back again for sure. And my Irish brother Ragnar back again. Great stuff. And I seen MIC. There you go. Back again as well. Great to see you. And our brother Mark, who I noticed was, I think Mark might have been first in the door. So the check is in the post to Space Hopper Mark, right? He's yeah, I love these names. We might get into NASA a wee bit later on. I don't think they're mentioned in the book Codex Magica, right? Which we kind of delving into it a bit, I guess, tonight in a sort of that's life, but not as we know it fashion, right? We know how it rolls. What do some people call it? Talbanaki. We know how it rolls, right? We know what to expect. Seemingly, we're all good. Our brother Ragnar and Justine, there you go, fantastic. It always helps if the audio is at least clear, especially when you've got a strange accent, like me, put it that way. And our brother Steve, um, oh, what have I done? There we go. I thought I'd broke the laptop, right? Great start, that. Our brother Steve Cray in the hood. Good to see Steve. And I noticed Jojo Gizmo back again. Good to see you back again. Did I miss anyone? Probably. It is me, right? So you'll have to excuse me. Dave, there you go. I just caught you there. So between between my terrible eyesight and bad coordination, I can't miss people. So hopefully I've caught everyone tonight, right? And yeah, it's good to be back again, right? We're all good with the audio, great stuff, fantastic. And yeah, make sure you get subscribed. I think Ragnar is a moderator. So there will be links probably posted about. And I think Steve as well, the king of mods, is a moderator. And links do get posted. But remember, you can't just disappear. You've got to stay, right? You can't just jump and run away and watch another video. Or there'll be press ups for when you come back. Of course, yeah, you're free, as always, to come and go, do as you please, anytime, right? There's no, it's always a relaxed affair. And of course, yeah, people can do whatever they like. And we are likely to run. Let me think. I shouldn't really say, but it could be 2, maybe longer than 2 hours. So yeah, make sure you've got a drink, right? Double whiskey for me. Ah, there we go. In my dreams, I'm not allowed to drink whiskey, right? It's me and whiskey. I like it, but it doesn't. It's not a good combination. Put it that way. We'll go with that. But I think alcohol is the devil's tipple, if you like, is bad news. You've got to drink in moderation, at least if you are going to drink. But take no advice from me. Believe nothing I tell you, like the guy Bill Cooper used to say. Don't believe me. Check it out for yourself, right? Sometimes you've got to. That's the only way you can learn. Is basically through your own life experience. I learned that, to be fair. I learned that by a lot of the time I wouldn't listen. And then, of course, when you don't listen to good sense or good advice, you learn the hard way. And I kind of see that in my son as well. When he has an incident, and I recall, well, I did say, look, you need to look out for this, or you need to watch for this, and then yeah, he didn't listen, but he remembers once he falls over, right? So you can listen to good sense. It can be easier said than done to take information in, but either way, we learn every day. We learn, that is for sure. Who else have we got? I see Memento Mori in the hood, and Carmel. Our good friend Carmel is back again. So yeah, a pleasure to see everyone tonight back again. Great stuff. Let me know how your week has been, right? Has it been terrible? Has it been great? I've actually had quite a good week. Not that I would complain, but I have had quite a good one. So I'm happy enough, right? I'm certainly not one for complaining, to be honest. But my wife would never listen anyway. So let's go with that. So yeah, great stuff. And Justine, a pleasure to see you back again. Now, let me let me see if I can still work. When did I last do a live? I went on with John, which was pretty good on the Tuesday. But I think on my own channel, it might have been about a week before that, so 2 weeks possibly. Um, Someone could maybe correct me, but it feels like quite a while. So, hey, we are indeed back again. Now, did I upload the slide? Yeah, I think tonight, possibly about 50, maybe 40 slides to go through. So quite a few. That is, of course, if I can work it, surely I can, right? Um, so yeah, has anyone actually read this book, Codex Magica? How many have we got? 13 or 14 people. Not so many in the chat, I don't think, but has anyone uh, came across it in their travels or read it or know of it? I'd imagine some people would, right? It came out in 2005, so quite a few year old now. Although, I mean, it doesn't sound like that long ago, but it feels like a very long time ago. Thinking back to 2005 and 2006, round about that time, thinking back to memories from then, it sure feels like a very long time ago. We won't get into time too much tonight because, hey, that's a whole completely different topic. That would take a live in itself. Now, what have I done? Honestly, one of these days I'm going to get it right. I've got some kind of uh, overlay which I have to remove in some for some reason. Um, I can't. Oh, there we go. Ah, ta-da! That's why I couldn't see. You'd think after all this time, oh man, I'd be able to work it. Anyway, it would appear that we are rolling and ready to rock and roll, I guess. So, good evening once again. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you may be in this complete insane world that we live in. Honestly, every day. Wow. There's it we're mainly tonight even, if you can say it, we're going to be covering this book, but at the end, if we've got time, there is a couple of bits that I added. I can't even remember what it was, but there is like an extra bit. So the majority of slides, apart from possibly two photos, are all from this book, Codex Magica, right? Now, most people probably haven't heard of it, but I would imagine that a lot of you have came across the information that's in it. So it could be new to some people, but some of you might know of it, right? So yeah, we'll see, and you can you can let me know in the chat, and if you've got anything, excuse me, if you've got anything that you want to add, then that would be great as well, because I like to engage and see what other people have got to think. So certainly feel free to put your thoughts in, and hopefully, hopefully I'll manage to read it right. But it is me, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it came out in 2005, and I see triumphant truth triumphant is bang on the money. Yeah, Tex. Is it Tex? Tex? I think it's Tex, right? Mr. Mars, we'll go with that. Not Jim Mars, of course. We know of, I think most people will know of him as well. He's written quite a few books, although, have I read any of Jim's books? I'm unsure. I'm unsure. I think I possibly have read one. I've certainly heard a lot of Jim's interviews that he done, and he done quite a lot of talks. That's Jim Mars, of course. And I didn't agree with everything that Jim said. You never can with anyone, but I did certainly take in a lot of what he had to say, and very interesting stuff. And a journalist for sure, which there's not many today, if any. Is there any journalism, true journalism? I mean, does it even exist? Someone let me know, right? 7-day ban on Twitter. Oh, you got banned. You got banned from Twitter. Have I been banned from Twitter before? I don't think I have actually. I've been banned. I think I've been banned from just about everywhere else, but I think I might have got. Yeah, maybe I did actually for a post on the Wonder Juice, the super drug. And I think I had to either take it down or I got banned. I'm unsure. I can't remember, but I know Twitter. I think they've introduced new guidelines and new rules and regulations to keep people safe. Right? We're so lucky. We are not worthy. Did anyone catch my latest video? Quite an interesting one. If you can manage to read the bits at the end. Yeah, pretty strange. What are they doing? Honestly, what the hell are they doing to humanity? It is fucking mental. Pardon my French. I think almost half an hour, and I think that might have been my first swear word. So I done all right. It probably wasn't. I've thought that before that I hadn't swore, but I had swore about 3 times already. So it's second nature to people like me. So yeah, hopefully you'll get unbanned and then you can get banned again. Because you never stop getting banned. I've been banned on Facebook and warnings and everything, but you never stop doing what you do. We always keep trying to expose this evil entity. That's the only way I can describe it. It is evil to its core. And yeah, we're likely going to expand on that a wee bit more. So yeah, good to see everyone in the hood. Hasdak. What's this then? You'll have to watch and see, right? It's a live stream. So good evening. Um, Sit back, relax. Yeah, enjoy, I guess, if you can. But we're going to get into the book Codex Magica. Can we see the? Let me clear the screen. Now, I might not. I have got another device here, but it's low on battery, so you'd think I'd be prepared, right? See, when you prepare, you can't go wrong. So there's a lesson there. The battery might die, but I can use this to try my best in terms of comments. But I have to make it the full screen. Can we see who that guy is in the picture? Quite an easy one, that, right? It's Malcolm X, isn't it? Of course, that's a wrong answer. It's not Malcolm. Of course, Justine got it. She's a teacher's pet tonight. Justine, head of the class. Yeah, good old Nelson. Yeah, I think this guy would have been rooted, absolutely rooted in it. I mean, even before I had read this book, I've seen lots of stuff in regards to Nelson, especially the type of people that he's involved with, the entities, if you like. So it comes as no surprise, really, to see him back again in another sort of Illuminati exposing book, going by the book's words, at least, right? So yeah, Nelson. I'd imagine the majority of sheep would see Nelson as a good guy. He fought for freedom, freedom, freedom. Good old Nelson, right? Yeah, the guy that invented the Mandela effect. Sure, but yeah, we're gonna we're gonna touch on him as well. He's in it, no surprise. I'm sure most people won't be surprised by that. To be honest, a good question would be what kind of symbol is he seemingly portraying in the photo? Does anyone know that? Right. I think if you'd read the book, then possibly. Failing that, probably not. It's not. It's not. A lot of it's not really common. To be fair, the innermost secrets of the Illuminati beckons you, or beckon you. Right. So bigging itself up there, right? I don't think anyone could ever really truly know the innermost secrets of the Illuminati or the workings of the Masonic occult. It would be next to impossible because I really do reckon the majority of stuff that we get or cover, they've leaked at some point because it's either changed or been adapted. And then basically we're behind. We're behind them. It's a bit like life itself. You feel like you're always chasing it. Or is that just me? Maybe that's just me, right? But I think they do hide. At least that's the Masonic claim to the knowledge. What knowledge is it exactly that they hold under lock and key in some, I don't know, pyramid somewhere? Some Masonic temple? What is it? What is the true knowledge? Is it the secrets? Is it the secrets to the origins of the earth? Is it the secret to the origins of humanity? Is it the secret to space? I kind of wonder because I certainly don't believe any fairy tales that we get told by any official entity like the Smithsonian, for example. I certainly would not believe anything they had to say. Some of you might, but I doubt it, to be honest. I think the majority of people do know that they can't be trusted. They really cannot be trusted. So, I'm not gonna cover every single part of the book. Otherwise, it would be twice as long, to be fair. But I certainly do recommend it, and we are going to look at some of the bits in the book tonight, right? MCG in the hood, mic check 1 2, back again. Good to see you, right? And Spanish chicken, lots of spanners, yeah, yeah. There is quite a few, right? We'll have to calm down. We had an issue in the past with moderators accidentally removing. Moderator accidentally removed someone. And I don't think we've seen them again. So you've got to be careful. But I think we're pretty much at our limit at the moment. So, and of course we had quite a few because we had moderators on this channel and then we had moderators on the original channel, but that got deleted. And of course, when the ones that came over here from there, they didn't have it. When they did, they got one, right? So we've maybe got a few extra, but hey, that's how we're gonna roll, right? You might get one if you're good. Hasdak. If I'm pronouncing that correct. If not, I do apologize. as my son decides to kick off. Who would have kids, right? Honestly, just don't do it. So, the innermost secrets of the Illuminati beckon you. They vowed you would never know. What? They thought there was no way you could possibly unmask the sick things they have been hiding. They were wrong. Right. Now, thanks to the incredible revelations in this amazing book, you can discover their innermost secrets. You can identify the members of the Illuminati and unravel their astonishing plan to control and manipulate. You can crack the Illuminati code. Dun, dun, dun. So, there you go, right? You can crack the code. But like I said, personally, I'd imagine these codes that they have, they change over time, they adapt them, and we don't know, but we know the codes of old, the workings of old, if you like, which can help us as well. Most certainly in terms of exposing them, or at least knowing what to look out for. Um, Without a doubt, especially when it comes to symbols, signs, symbols, hey, they they're a lot more than you think. Put it that way. They rule the world, right? Pretty much. So the Illuminati code. Can I make this so I can see it? Why is this now? This is. I'm gonna have to remove. There we go. There we go. Where there is a will, there is indeed a way. Right? Have you heard that one before? Certainly. There's always a way, right? So I had to get that logo, if you like, removed so I could read it. Yeah. So this basically explains the book a wee bit, but the book is mainly illustrations, to be fair. So it's the kind of book that, yeah, I would give it the thumbs up, right? It's a pop-up book with pictures. You can color in the bit at the end, so you're good to go. But yeah, illustrations, photographs, which are always interesting. Again, take it all with a pinch of salt, right? Of course, we know that anyway. So, Codex Magica is awesome in its scope and revelations. It contains over 1,000 actual photographs and illustrations. You'll see with your own eyes the world's leading politicians and celebrities, including America's richest and most powerful, caught in the act as they perform occult magic. Once you understand their covert signals and coded picture messages, your world will never be the same. Huh. Destiny will be made manifest. You will know the truth, and everything will become clear. Yeah. And then it's got a nursery rhyme, an old English nursery rhyme. I always find these old nursery rhymes rather strange and a bit creepy. Is there any that anyone can remember that they found a bit creepy in terms of nursery rhymes? I think they're all a bit strange, to be honest. Excuse me. And it's said in regards to the old nursery rhyme, last night I saw upon the stair a little man who wasn't there. He wasn't there again today. Oh gee, I wish he'd go away. Yeah, strange, right? I don't know. What does it implement? I don't know. I'm unsure. An invisible person, a ghost, maybe. Quite a strange nursery. I could write a better nursery rhyme than that, surely. But it's still about today. Um, Quite a strange one. Hansel and Gretel. Yeah, all the Disney movies, they always seem to have somebody getting murdered or killed, usually a parent. And at the start, it's like, I think The Lion King comes to mind straight away. But I think there is a lot of them where someone gets killed or murdered, and I always sort of think, well, surely a kid's program, it's not the place for it. Or is that just me? Is that just me that thinks that? I guess people do die in life, but I don't know. I don't think there's need to have such something so something that could be so traumatizing to children in a movie that you know they're going to watch, right? You know they're all going to watch the latest Disney movie without a doubt. I think right up until they're about what, I don't know, even an adult. I know there is adults who would go and watch um a new Disney movie that came out, a Pixar bloody robot fucking alien invasion movie. uh I mean, with all these movies that come out, they're all the same basically. They're all the bloody same. They just get, not only that, they just get regurgitated. Or the 2012 version, or the 2020 version, or the 2030 version. Regurgitation. And of course, it's a clear red flag of repetition. And what basically that points to is conditioning. If you're speaking about something that's on the TV or being watched visually, and the repetitions there, it's got to point to some form of conditioning or programming, because there is certain at least certain storylines that they will not let go, and they will push it decade after decade after decade after decade in whatever format it may be. 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, fucking metaverse beamed into your fucking head with a virtual shotgun. Pew, and you've watched a movie like that. Oh, that was great. What else have you got? Oh man, it's hard to imagine the future, but it's going to be insane. Put it that way. The way they're talking about the in terms of technology with beaming stuff into your mind and the brain chip, which I think not next week, but the week after, in terms of Elon Musk, we're going to get into that. So you might want to look out for it. So yeah, there's a wee nursery. There's a wee nursery rhyme that you can tell your kids, right? Don't do it. Don't bother. So we'll expand a wee bit more in terms of the book itself. But like I said, it is mostly illustrations, right? Um, Search Klaus Schwab on the WEF. Do we know what the WEF is? World Economic Forum. The WEF. Search that. Why would you search them, Ragnar? You don't want to. They're evil entities. They need stopped, not searched, right? We might actually, because I was thinking about that entity Schwab today, and you might see why at the end in regards to an article that I came across from 2009. And I thought, wow, that's, yeah, quite strange that. So I think you'll see why I thought about Klaus Schwab and his kind of academy of trainee world leaders. It would appear that there is nothing new under the sun whatsoever. I shit you not. Who else have we got? MCG President Charlotte, sometimes in the hood. Good to see you, right? So yeah, I am trying to keep up with comments, but I am also hopeless and terrible and useless. So you might want to give me a chance, right? Anyway, hopefully everyone's doing fine tonight, right? Strange kind of weather at the moment. Very humid, kinda to be expected. Not so much sunshine. Lately, quite a lot of rain. Um, Probably the poorest June in terms of good weather I can recall for quite a while. To be honest, I don't think we had any sort of good few days where you thought, yeah, that was a good week of weather or anything like that. But it is Scotland. But I know exactly where the media and the sheep will be going. Climate crisis! Dun, dun, dun. It rained in Scotland. Quick, block out the sun. Yeah, it's windy in Orkney. Fuck, store the carbon underground. Yeah. There's a heat wave in London. Put them mirrors in the sky and we'll send the sun back to the sun. Oh man, great ideas, right? That's genuine ideas, by the way. Even though I said it in a joking fashion, which some people might not have picked up, but it is genuine ideas that they have in regards to the mirrors, the storing of carbon or CO2, and yeah, blocking out the sun. How are they going to do that? Surely not by spraying stuff from an aeroplane, right? Well, yeah, of course. Of course it is. Shock horror. So, they're everywhere, cleverly disguised, on TV, embedded in magazines, and lurking in powerful advertising. Sometimes they're subtle or subliminal, other times direct, provocative, and mind bending in effect. Huh. Strange symbols, signs, charms, talismans, and handshakes that program and control our minds. Henry Macau, we'll go with that. Astute inventor and essayist says that they are key components of the satanic conspiracy that now confronts us with maximum force and evil. Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Actually, that's better than that's better than how I described it. Um, a satanic conspiracy. And yet it confronts us without a doubt. And remember, this is from 2005. The force of it now is staggering. Look around, right? Look at the world that we're in today. I don't think anyone could come on here and tell me that we don't live in an evil fucking world, because we do. And if you come on here and say that we don't, I'm going to find you. I'm going to come and find you, right? And you're going to show me how we don't. And then I'm going to show you how we fucking do. Because we won't have to look far, I can assure you. Unfortunately. And hey, no one asked to be in the position that we're in today, but we're in it. And to get out of it, we might have to get our hands dirty, if you like. That's all I'll say on that, because yeah, you don't want to say too much in terms of how you might want to fight back. I don't think that would be a wise idea. I really don't. It would be, it wouldn't be a smart move, right? You've really got to be a bit like how they are in terms of being subtle, doing things without being noticed. And hopefully that is happening more than we know. And no, I'm not talking about fucking QAnon or any of that fucking absolute nonsense. Because I can tell you right now, if there is any good people anywhere, you won't know about it. You simply would not be able to know about it. It would be too much of a compromise for anyone outside of whatever circle they may be operating in, to know about what their plans may be. We wouldn't know about it. It wouldn't be a movement on YouTube or fucking the internet fronted by fucking a politician con man like Trump. I mean, come on. I'm seeing a lot of the Q stuff at the moment, and it kind of cracks me up. I done a live stream with the last Jacobites, Alex. Alex is great. We had a great conversation, and Alex told me that Klaus Schwab. Oh man, this crap. Honestly, I can't say this with a straight face. Oh man. She was telling me that the guy Klaus Schwab, seemingly he's QAnon. He's one of the Q. He's a good guy, right? Klaus fucking. I mean, come on, seriously? Oh fucking hell. Yeah, just trust Klaus Schwab. He's the man in the inside, right? Yeah, of course he is. Sit back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. What about the Vox? Don't worry about the juice. It's fine. What about the Don't worry about the pandemic. Schwab is the guy on the inside. Q Schwabbing on. Right? Here to save the day. Him and Trump. And someone said as well that Trump was he's Trump's saying that he's coming back. He's coming back in 2024. And that would not fucking surprise me, to be honest. Given the complete theatre and circus that is the political world, why not? I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking bring back someone from the dead and put him in as president. In fact, did they do that with Joe Biden? Maybe they did, actually. They would probably do a better job. You've got a dead guy in now. He's doing a better job. Oh man, has anyone seen the news on the British politics at the moment? It's cracked me up something chronic. It really has. The guy Boris Johnson. I mean, you've got to laugh at him. To be fair to him, what a comedian, right? An absolute clown and a half. But it's came out that he was having a certain sex act carried out on him when someone walked into the office. And he at the time he was having an affair with his wife. He wasn't the prime minister then, but he was in quite high a position, I think. But this is what the world of politics is. It's full of people like that. Now, there's nothing wrong with sex acts, don't get me wrong, but in the workplace, where someone's walked in on it, is that very fair? It's certainly not the fucking place to be doing it. That's without even getting into the fact that he was betraying his wife. A terrible guy, a terrible entity, but perfect. Absolutely fucking perfect to be a politician and a prime minister to a T. And people just think, it's Boris, he's funny. And what I do also find quite funny is some people say he puts it on, he just pretends that he's stupid. I don't know. I think he's just fucking stupid, full stop. I think he certainly knows a lot more than he lets on, without a doubt. Hence why they had parties while everyone stayed at home, shitting themselves because of the COVID. Dun dun dun. The Wuhan bloody people in the streets. Remember that? Run for your lives. And what were the politicians doing? Having a party like it was 1999, drinking everything, spirits, wine, beer, you name it. And I'd imagine a lot more than that. And of course, there was no social distancing, masks, or anything of the kind. Oh, no, don't be stupid. Why would they, right? Because they knew they had nothing to fucking worry about. So, Boris, the British Prime Minister, at 2 p.m., for example, let's say, at the height of the pandemic, is standing on the podium telling the UK, the people of the UK, stay at home, save your granny, don't go out, wear a mask, don't visit your loved ones, you'll get fucking arrested, you'll get fined. Lock yourself away at home. Lock all the doors, get extra locks, barricade the windows, go under your bed, seal off the whole room, completely stop breathing oxygen, then you'll be safe, right? So Boris is there telling everyone that, and then walks away down the fucking corridor into his office and parties like it's 1999 with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that can come without a care in the world. And still, people don't get it in regards to the said virus. They're still not getting it. They still don't connect it. They still don't think, well, clearly they were not worried, right? Clearly they didn't care about it because otherwise they would not have had the party. They would have been wearing face nappies. They would have been social distancing. Failing that, they would have stayed at home and hid under their bed. But of course they didn't, right? Of course they didn't. Now that should really fucking piss people off here in the UK. It should piss them off to such an extent that they do something about it, but they fucking won't. They won't. And that's where we fall over. We don't do anything about it. Whether the UK will ever stand up to the true tyranny that it lives in, I'm unsure, right? But one thing I'm certainly not going to do is give up hope on my country, on my land, on my brothers and sisters. No way. No fucking way. And I ain't going anywhere. I won't be running to New Zealand or Mexico or, I don't know, the Caribbean. Unless it's for a holiday. Hint, hint, right? But I won't be doing it. Even that, likely, I won't be doing because, yeah, we know that the air industry is as tyrannical as they come. I certainly wouldn't bow down to any of that complete nonsense. So I can't see myself traveling, and I certainly won't be going anywhere. And one thing I will say as well, I won't be going down as long as I'm physically and mentally capable. I will not be fucking going down without a fight. I can assure you of that. I will be going out with a fucking bang, honestly. And that's all I'm going to say. Because the day will come. It will indeed come. Well, God granted, of course. But yeah, I'm not going out without a fight, honestly. We can't let them get away with it. And we need to lead by example. We really do. I'm going to get a knock on the door now. What was you planning? He's got connections with Al Qaeda. Are they still going? I think they changed to ISS. ISIS? ISSS? I don't even know, right? Ask the CIA. They'll know the name for it. Of course they will. The good old CIA, right? So yeah, handshakes. We've touched on them quite a few times. Signs. Yeah, certainly hand signs. We're going to touch on that. Subliminal. I don't think we're really going to get into subliminal stuff, but that could be one for another live stream, a mind manipulation live stream. You might want to check that out. So yeah, where did I get to there? Um, yes, satanic conspiracy that now confronts us with maximum force and evil. Mhm. And this is Henry Macau. I'm unsure who he is. You'd think I'd know, right? Mm. Anyway, we can check that at the end if I remember. Quote, this satanic conspiracy, close quote, Macau warns, quote, succeeds only because people cannot believe something so colossal and monstrous can actually exist, close quote. So again, I mean, we've mentioned that before. A lie, a deception that becomes that big, it just snowballs and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And over time, and it's fooled billions and millions and trillions of people. It becomes so colossal in size. People just think, well, it can't not be true. It can't not be true. Millions of people would have to be lying. We definitely went to the moon. Yeah. Of course we did. Sure we did. Maybe we did go to the moon, but I can tell you now, the stuff that we got shown was not them on the moon. No way. Not a hope in hell. Honestly, I've been reading the book Moon Man by Bart Sibrel lately, and I might do a live on that as well and read some of it. I won't give it all away, but hopefully some of you have read it, because that would be good if we could sort of engage. Right, but I will cover some of it, and I'll try my best at least. You know what I'm like, right? So it says there that, well, that guy says, Henry, that it can only exist. It can only succeed, sorry, because the lie becomes so big. But I would have to add to that that it also succeeds due to consent of it, the enabling of it. That helps it succeed as well. They've got many ways to help it succeed, but mainly over time it does become so big. People just say, "Well, it must be true. It was on the TV, BBC News, right? They wouldn't lie." Ah, man. Mhm. They wouldn't tell lies, right? The world is a contest for our souls. The people who are pushing products, violence, and sex are not operating on a random, whatever sells basis. They have Masonic symbols in their logos. Yeah, no shit, right? We certainly we certainly know that. The top players are following an occult script designed to enslave us body and soul. They are building a gigantic prison based on their own mental hell. This is the new world order. We are the inmates. Dun dun dun. We sure are, right? Our brother Ian, he always says inmates, and he's right. That's what we would appear to be, inmates in a completely insane prison. We're in it. We're living in it. It is here, without a doubt. Of course, most people here, we do know. They do know that. It is, in fact, quote, satanic indoctrination, close quote. Macau emphasizes, and we are all locked into the prison classroom as this mental prison, as this mental poison from hell is piped in to us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 4 weeks a month, 12 months a year, 10, 10 years a decade. Yeah, you get the point, right? Yeah, satanic indoctrination. I mean, when you do look into it, especially media entities, like I've said before, you can you can only come up with the same conclusion. They are satanic to their core. Their roots are satanic. If you come up with any other conclusion, then I'll be happy to discuss it. Good old Mandela, he's back again. Who does the other guy look like? He looks like somebody, but I can't quite. I almost recognize him. I can't think of why. He reminds me of someone, but when I read his name, I thought, nah, I don't think I have heard of or seen him before. Can we see this? All right, let me see. Um, yeah, I think we can. I'm unsure if you're going to be able to read it, to be honest, because I can hardly read it. But here you've got Nelson Mandela and another interesting character, to say the least, who was called Oliver Tambo. We'll go with that. And he was South African Communist Party leader. Yeah. Yeah, of course he is. Mandela acquired power at the helm of the South African government by arrangement with the heads of the Illuminati. With heads of the Illuminati's Rockefeller, Rothschild, and I can never say that, Oppenheimer dynasties. In exchange, the Illuminati cartel holds exclusive rights to South Africa's mineral rich assets of diamonds, gold, and platinum. And here they are together. And the photo is from the book, in the words of Nelson Mandela, published 1998. Yeah. And of course, look at the handshake, right? Can we see that? Can we see the handshake? Do we know? I mean, we know this handshake, right? This is, I think, one of the most common in regards to the thumb touching the knuckle, the second knuckle, basically, or the second finger, which is exactly what's happening here, without a doubt. It's not by accident. It's debatable, but in my opinion, and by this person's reckoning, Mr. Marr, it's not by accident. They give the game away. It's there for anyone who knows to see it. If you don't know, then you won't see it. But if you ever get a handshake by someone like this, they try to grab your knuckle in a weird sort of fashion. Yeah. You might want to watch them, right? You might want to give them a watching. So we'll get back to Mandela because he pops up again. Shock horror. He is rooted. Honestly. I think some of the guys that they portray as the biggest heroes could be the worst. And that would be the hidden hand to a T, because it's always inverted. the complete opposite. Nelson the hero, maybe not. And of course, the Mandela effect as well. Although we're not really going to get into that, it's Jesus, it's getting bigger and bigger as a topic. And it's a very strange one. I can't quite put my finger on it. There seems to be it seems to create a lot of confusion, which kind of makes me think, well, it's maybe not by accident, this Mandela effect. Of course, nothing's by accident, let's face it, right? But I don't know, it's really strange. It's genuinely really strange. I mean, a lot of people, they'll cover different ones, that the Mandela one, and what else is there? I can't think of any offhand, but there's quite a lot. There is a lot. They've been covered, but I would like to more maybe get into the possibility of the roots of it. Where's it going? Because it seems to be getting bigger more and more, which I think is quite interesting, right? Now, in regards to Africa, they have been raped, robbed, pillaged since fucking day naught. I mean, honestly, it's actually heartbreaking to think of what the hidden hand has done to the nations of this world, in Africa in particular. And of course, the blame gets laid elsewhere. The true roots of the evil, they never get prosecuted. It's always the wrong people. In Africa, wow. I mean, Scotland as well. I'm not comparing it to Africa, but it's been raped, robbed, and pillaged. Scotland should be in a lot better position than it is, but it's not. Question is, where did the fucking money go? Where did the oil go? Where's all the electricity and renewable energy going? Because it ain't fucking here. But it's not just Scotland, and it's not just Africa. It's right across the globe. They've been destroying nations like there's no tomorrow. And it's about time we fucking got the right people held to account. So there's the handshake, right? Now we're getting into symbols a wee bit more. Here we've got at the Parliament of the World's Religions in Chicago, a Rockefeller-funded event. Huh? Ain't that a surprise, right? I mean, here we are. We're not even very far into it, and we've mentioned the Rockefellers twice already. They're never, they're never far away. Them and the Rothschilds, they're always there lurking, without a doubt. When the hidden hand is at play, they'll be there. I can assure you, they'll be there, either funding it, creating it, starting it, building it. Mostly funding it, but they will be there. And Episcopal, we'll go with that. Episcopal bishop, second from the left, has fellowship within an unidentified couple, and with Donald Frew, far right, and Warlock. With Donald Frew, far right, a warlock, which is a male witch, seemingly, I think I did know that, but I find that quite funny. A male witch, right? So what one's that? From the far right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Who have I seen in that kind of dress before? Was it not the guy Klaus Schwab, actually? Did he not fucking come as fancy dress? A satanic I'm sure he wore even some sort of satanic outfit. A robe even. It looks a bit like a Harry Potter robe. I think we'll get into Harry Potter as well a wee bit in this, actually. He gets mentioned. So what they're pointing out here is the hand sign. Can we see the triangle that's being shown, if you like? I mean, the fact that we've even got a warlock, a male witch. I mean, what? In the world's religions, what, including witches and warlocks and satanic entities? Probably. I actually read last week. I might do a video on it. I read last week that some of you might have heard about it. All the religions, all the religious leaders of the world, all the good guys, the heroes, yay! They all got together and they've signed a pact, a kind of one world religious agreement, if you like. I think they called it the International Religious Agreement, or I can't remember exactly, but what I did find interesting is they said, look, it's not a stepping stone to a one world religion. What? Yeah, sure it's not, right? Who they fucking trying to kid, man? Honestly. Look it up if you've not seen it. I might do a video on it, but hey, come on. They don't hide anything now, right? Well, they never have, let's face it. But it's not even hidden in any kind of way anymore. It's all coming out. We're in rapid mode now. Big time. Shit is in free fall, basically. And we are now in, without any doubt, a Hunger Games society. No two ways about it. Honestly, start getting prepared. Start looking after yourself. Start saving. Preferably not in a bank, but you might want to speak to someone about that professionally. You've really got to start thinking about the future because shit's going to happen rapid when it does. It's already in motion, but there's going to be more to come. I reckon by 2025, we're going to have rationing in the UK. Now, I don't know. I could be going out on a limb with that one, but I reckon it will be by 2025. We're not the supermarkets we know today, they won't be the same then. No way. It's changing already before our eyes. Rapid. And there's a lot more to come with the orchestrated war in Ukraine or wherever they claim that the war is, right? We've not touched on the war for a while, so we might get into that in the future. So you can clearly see the triangle. Who else does a triangle sign? Can anyone think of any other officials or politicians that you've seen clearly doing a triangle? I think Jay-Z, in terms of the rap scene, he does it, right? Quite a lot. Can anyone think? Is there anyone that comes to mind? when you think about the triangle symbol. Trump, yeah. I think Trump is probably the most common. Our good friend Justine got it. I think most people tend to think, yeah, Trump does that, right? Of course he does. And he's in this as well, to be honest. Shock horror, right? Who'd have thought it? The good guy, Trump. QAnon. Yeah, QAnon. Trust the plan. Sure. Do we know this guy? Gavin Newsom? Newsom? San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom lets insiders know he's one of them with this Kabbalistic hand arms gesture. Newsom became even the gay community's ultra liberal darling in 2003 by promoting gay marriages. Time magazine's editors go wild in this article, mentioning that the mayor is, quote, simply adored, close quote, touting his many achievements and insisting that publishers give him a, quote, fat cat, close quote, contract to write a book. Hip hip hooray! All hail San Francisco Mayor Gavin Newsom, the ultra liberal darling, the promoter of gay marriages. Yay! I mean, there's nothing wrong with being gay, I don't think. I mean, personally, it's I don't think it's right, if I am being honest. But I don't see anything wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with anyone that feels that they're gay or claims to be gay. So what? Knock yourself out. And if you want to get fucking married, so be it. Go for it. Knock yourself out. I could not care less. The problem is, look at what these movements then morph into and then become later on. When was this? 2005. And they talked about 2003. Even then, I think the gay movement was in full fucking motion, pushing and pushing and pushing. And now, what is it now? LBG2Q plus ABC minus D, whatever it may be. I'm unsure. But it seems to have morphed into this completely insane movement that claims to represent pretty much anyone who claims not to be a male or a female and straight, heterosexual. You're the enemy now. That's what we basically are. That's what it can sometimes feel like. With some of the stuff that I've read, I always come away thinking, well, they almost paint a picture that if you're not part of this LBG2 fucking plus 2 community, then you're not a good person. If you don't support it, then you're not a good person, which is complete and utter nonsense. And of course, if you say anything bad about it, you're you're every name under the sun, a bigot. Jesus, I've been called them all, to be honest. But I mean, I believe in freedom. I really do. If two gay people want to get married, so be it. I would support it. If they're in love, they're in love, right? I certainly would not stand in their way. But again, look at what the movement had eventually morphed into. And I do know of people, for example, the Right Said Fred, the band Right Said Fred, they're gay, and they wouldn't go near anything that was LGBTQ connected in any way, shape, or form because they know what it is. They're not fooled by it in any way. So there is gay people out there who know. They know what it's all about in terms of the LGBTQ fucking agenda. I think that's mainly ties in with this sort of stripping down of the individual, and I kind of picture a world where you're not classed as anything, basically, not even a male or a female, just another number with a fucking barcode stamped on your chin, poof, tattooed on your chin, probably. Look out for it, right? Um, yeah, they put the unicorn in the Bible now. Carmel. Idiocracy, yeah. Hasdak. We've mentioned idiocracy quite a few times in the past. And you are correct. We're in idiocracy. It's here. It is here. Without a doubt. It is fucking here. Honestly, it's here. We're living it big time. So yeah, you you think like us, I'd imagine, right? Because we have mentioned that quite a few times. And they've put, what was that? It was unicorns in the Bible. A unicorn is seemingly the animal that represents Scotland. Oh man. Oh fuck hell. So I don't know. Make of that what you wish, right? Scotland doesn't exist. The unicorn doesn't exist. Kind of fitting, really, because we're not a sovereign nation. We practically don't exist. So I think it's kind of fitting that it's a unicorn, a mythical creature that does not exist. I'd imagine one day they're going to say, "Yeah, it did exist. Actually, we found it. We found it in Bill Gates's garden. It's a fossil of a unicorn. They did exist." Shock horror, right? Look out for it. Unicorns did exist more than previously thought, right? Yeah, let's go with that. Anyway, we're sort of falling behind here. And again, there we go. Hollywood, Jesus, it is riddled with Illuminati. I don't think you could be involved in Hollywood unless you were attached to the Illuminati or some kind of occult society. Do we know who? Yeah, it says there Ben Stiller. Yeah, fucking how many films is he in? Too many, right? Uh, a head like the FA Cup, the FA Trophy. Look at this. Is he looks like Dumbo, right? From the Disney movie. Oh man. And of course, yeah, I mean that's as Masonic as it comes, really. That picture. Is there anyone who actually likes Ben Stiller? Probably not, right? Um, I am gonna have to get a drink in a minute, so we're gonna have a break, maybe in about 5 minutes. So, Ben Stiller, popular. What? Yeah, because they put him in every fucking movie that's ever been made. No one asked for him to be in the movie, but he's there. Ben Stiller, popular Jewish comedian and movie celebrity. In a Kabbalistic pose with his left hand folded on top over the left indicated, Stiller follows the left hand path. On the opposite page, David Rockefeller gives notice he follows the right hand path. Again, here we are already. Back at David Rockefeller. Shock horror. And again, it doesn't get more Masonic than that. Come on. I mean, that image screams Masonic. The glossy magazine Town and Country selected David Rockefeller Sr., president of Chase Manhattan, bank and founder of the Trilateral Commission. Of course, right? Of course he did. The good old Trilateral Commission, fronted by super duper David Rockefeller. Hip hip hooray. Quote, our generous American for 1995. What? David Rockefeller? Fuck off. Who gave him that award? Oh my god. Really? Oh man. I suppose when you pull the strings, you can get any award you want, right? Yeah. This full page photo, bearing no caption or explanation, was included in the magazine exactly as you see it. Occult experts and those knowledgeable of Masonic and Kabbalistic signals will recognize the significance of Rockefeller's pose. Also, the X design cufflinks and the diamond designs of necktie. I don't think you're going to see it that great. Because I can hardly see it, so... But yeah, I mean, come on. Not only that, he's got his arms in a triangle with his chin, with like his head basically at the top of a pyramid. That's basically how I see it. I can't really see the cufflinks that well, to be honest. I should have got a bigger one, but that's what it looks like to me. It's a triangle. There's the Masonic hand, but his head is basically at the top of a pyramid. And you might not see many other Masonic people do this sort of pose. In fact, actually, maybe I'm wrong. See, it is similar, but his head's not planted on his hands in the way that David's head is there. It almost looks photoshopped. I don't know if that's just me. It kind of looks like his head might be too big, but he has got a big head. From videos that I've seen, I have fought in the past. His head's really big. Seemingly, he's had what, 6 heart transplants, is the rumor, at least. I don't think anyone's got anything concrete on that. It could be something that we might look into in the future. Of course, David's not here today. Does anyone know how old David was when he died? You've got 30 seconds to put it in the chat, right? Without Googling it. How old was the... quick Google. You might be able to, if you know, you'll be able to correct me. Because as far as I can recall, I don't think he was 76. He wasn't 33. Fucking hell, if he was 30, he had a tough paper round, right? Look at the photo. There's David at 33. Jesus. Oh, man, 33. Yeah. Not quite 33, but as far as I can recall, he was 101. Am I right in thinking that? He's the Crawley of banking. Dardarius, good to see you back again, brother. Yeah, he certainly is. I would imagine David would have known Crawley quite well. That could be something that we could look into. I could do a bit of digging on that. But I would imagine these two, in terms of Crawley and David, they would have met most definitely. I think we might get into David a wee bit more. It's funny how they're always there, right? They're always there lurking in the background. Every time, without a doubt. And it does mention in this book, it talks about the is it Lazars of Russia, right? Kognovich, Mikhail Kognovich, married Stalin's daughter, Savlena Savlen. I can I can't even pronounce English, so I don't even know why I'm trying to pronounce Russian names. But basically, this guy married Stalin's daughter, and actually, what I want to point out from this is the Boris Yeltsin, who seemingly his original name was Bruch Ilya. We'll go with that. Seemingly, he in turn is a good friend of David Rockefeller Yeltsin. Of course he was. David would have been funding the guy, probably. When it comes to Russia and the occult, they're entwined with the occult as much as any other nation. They might not want to be, but they fucking are. So I'd imagine Rockefeller would have been funding Yeltsin. And that's potentially something that we're going to look into a wee bit more. Let me see quickly, because my screen, I'm going to have to put my charger quickly on. Where is it? Now, here we go. You'd think I'd be prepared, right? One of these days. Speaking off camera now. Man. There we go. We're on charge. We're cooking. It gives me a chance now to we'll have a interval, right? We'll go with that. So you can grab a drink and a smoke, a beer, a vodka, right? Lots of comments. Wow. Jesus, quite a lot. It said there was like 200 odd that I missed. So that's great. We've had good engagement. How many have we went through? We're not even halfway through. I was hoping to be halfway by at least an hour and a half, but we've not quite made that, so we could be longer. But there's quite a lot to cover. It's quite interesting, in my opinion, at least. So you can be the judge of that, of course. So yeah, when I get back in about 3-4 minutes, we can quickly say hello, and then we'll continue with the slideshow, right? So let me see if I can. Will I play a video or just put on music? We'll play a video, right? Why not? Seeing as it's you, I'll play a video. What we gonna go with? Can I even find one? Oh man. Yeah, we'll go with this, right? Please check out Professor George Lee's. Yeah, I know of Professor George Lee's actually. I have known and followed George from about 2015, possibly 2014. And George goes deep, really deep, in terms of the connections with all the royal family, all the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers as well, I think. And I'd love to get George on. That would be great. He's experienced a lot of trouble because of the information that he knows, which would make sense as well. But yeah, I certainly do know of George, another Scottish man, so a brother of mine, and I do follow George, and he's certainly a character I would like to get on. So that might be. I could look into that. I think I have actually tried to connect with George before, but didn't manage. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to try again, but yeah, thanks very much for that one. George Lees. I think he might still be on YouTube. I'm not sure. It was on Facebook that I've got George, and he's only there sometimes, I think, which is the way to be. The best thing is not to be on Facebook at all. So, now's the time to get yourself a drink or a bit of a break, and we will be back again in about 3 minutes, okay? Bye-bye.
Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. How can I when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. Tell me why everything turned around. Packing up, shacking up, so you wanna do. If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. You can call it another lonely day.
We are indeed now back again. Let me see. There we go. Can I work it? There we go. We're rolling. We are rolling. Let me see quickly. We'll say hello. Where are we? Justine. There we go. My good old friend Justine. A pleasure to see you back again. And MCG in the hood. Good to see you, my friend. A regular. And we've got Carmel back again. Good to see you. Of course, a regular. No Carmel without Rich, right? No Rich without Carmel. Peas in a pod. Dardarius, there we go. Back again. Good to see you. Toby. Back again. There you go. Air guitar. Yeah, I think I might have been singing as well. You've got to, right? It's quite a catchy tune, that one. I like it. The Eagles, am I right in thinking that? It's probably not even them, is it? I can't even remember now. It is the Eagles, right? Someone can let me know. I think it is. Um, I should know. I did. I did make the video, but yeah, we'll go with the Eagles. Go your own way. Of course, that's always an option. You can go your own way. Probably the best way. It's not the Eagles. Who is it then? Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, there you go. Fucking hell. Don't have me on your quiz team, right? Oh, I can't believe I got that wrong. I should have known it was Fleetwood Mac. Why was I thinking the Eagles? That's so weird. I'm gonna go with it was the Mandela effect that done it. It must have been right. I don't get things wrong. It was the Mandela effect. It's the Eagles, right? Maybe the Eagles covered it. But of course, yeah, Fleetwood Mac. What other songs do they sing? Telling Lies, I think, is one that we've used before. Who was that? I think it might have been with Bill Gates. Shock horror, right? The good old Bill Gates. Oh man. There's more to come on him as well. So it is indeed Fleetwood Mac, right? Anyway, we're back again. Now let me see if I can work the screen. Yeah. Again, kind of sticking with the triangles. That reminds me of the Mitsubishi car. I think that's their logo. The Vatican also got into the Triangle Act. The Triangle Act of 1920. The Triangle Illuminati Act of 1920. Look out for it. Of course, the Vatican got in on it. Shock horror, right? Yeah. And that one, the diamond sort of one, they're calling the Eye of the Dragon. It's three triangles. It reminds me of a symbol, but for the life of me, I can't think of what. I did think Tesla, but I don't think it's Tesla. I honestly can't remember. It'll come to me when I'm lying in my bed at night. Yeah. Many believe Freemasonry is a Christian religion and may be misled into thinking that the prominent use of the triangle in its rituals and its display of icons has a Christian purpose. But in his book, A Bridge to Light, an official Scottish Rite publication of the Supreme Mother Council, 33rd degree, the Supreme Mother Council of all councils, Rex Hutchins, 33rd degree, explains that the triangle of the Masonic Lodge represents pagan religions as well, and he especially cites the Hindu trinity of gods, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Right, we'll go with that. I have mentioned elsewhere that the triangle symbol containing a letter Y inside, which divides it internally into three triangles, is called the Eye of the Dragon. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen it. I've probably seen it in quite a few different things, to be honest, but it's definitely ringing a bell. So we might get back to that one. Um, or Dragon's Eye, since Freemasonry has its all-seeing eye, which represents Satan. The dragon, again, we have a connection. So does anyone recall that symbol? Is there anything that springs to mind? Here we have, again, sticking from the book, quite a few familiar logos, I'm sure. America Online. Yeah, of course, right. The internet. Yeah. Bankers Trust Company. World Bank. Is it World? No, Worldwide. I can't see it that great. But I think a lot of them we're gonna recognize, right? Look at that one, is it Nabasco? I mean, come on, right? That is comical, that. I don't think you could get any more satanic than that. I mean, fucking hell, that is taking the piss, that, right? The double cross, the all-seeing eye in a pyramid with a double cross. Come on. Oh man, we've got to be taking the piss there. But yeah, it's funny how it always tends to be used quite a lot. And remember, this is only a drop in the ocean, basically. A very small drop. Sticking with the triangle, shock horror. Here you've got a magazine, the Catholic World Report. Anyone read it? The Catholic World Report from 1997. So many priests are now outed as homosexuals and paedophiles. This noted Catholic publication, the Catholic World Report, devoted a special edition to the topic. The editors of this cover of the January 1997 edition called the problem a quote, rebellion, close quote. What? The smiling Catholic prelate has a pink triangle on the cross, symbol of the cap, itself triangle shaped upward. Yeah, and that'll remind people of a certain someone, a certain picture of a certain evil entity. And the bishop's hands are fixed in the triangle downward, feminine delta position. Yeah. Now, quite a fucking in your face, that one, right? So, I mean, going by that the priest, or is it a cardinal? What is he? Um, a prelate, whatever that is. I think like a cardinal, right? Possibly a female, I would imagine. I would say, yeah, transgender. And of course, the hat reminded me of a certain Aleister Crowley photo where he's got the triangle hat. And again, you've got the Masonic triangle hand gesture, clear as day. It's just a coincidence. Yeah, it's a coincidence. It's just a complete coincidence, right? Sure it is. At what point does it become not coincidence? Hmm? Of course, coincidence does not even exist. There's no such a thing. There's just not. There isn't. If it's meant to be, it'll be. Are we talking about hot toddies now? I've not had one of them for a while. I think when I was about 10, 12, maybe. Um, yeah, hot toddy, right? I think for toothache when I was a wee boy. Gone are the days, right? But yeah, quite blatant that. I mean, that is clear as day, right? That is right in your face. A Catholic rebellion. I wonder how that got on. Don't ask. So sticking with it. This is the ball that gets used at the famous Times Square for the New Year's Eve. It's all made up of these triangles, satanic triangles. Here's an Amazon picture. Now, am I going to be able to read this? An employee at Amazon.com, the internet book firm, sale firm even, stacks boxes of copies of the occult kids novel Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix at the company's warehouse. The book, oddly enough, in this photo is shown being stacked upside down in a way that there's a triangle created as well. But the fact that it's upside down, that says it all, right? Satanic inversion. I mean, that is certainly not by accident. No way. She's clearly been instructed to put them in that way and upside down because you wouldn't. You wouldn't put them upside down. Why on earth would you? You'd want people to fucking read it, right? You'd be putting your neck right down trying to read it upside down. I mean, that is, again, talk about in your face. It's, I shouldn't laugh, but I mean, it is so blatant, especially when you come across books like this that kind of strings it all together. There's a jockey there you can see at the bottom of the photo, a big triangle on his jumper. I think the horse was called Seabiscuit. Some of you might know of it if you know about horse racing. Of course, the Illuminati will be involved with horse racing as well, fixing it without a doubt. This official postcard, widely circulated by the communist government in Russia following the Jewish Bolshevik takeover, is entitled Leaders of the Proletarian Revolution. The postcard reveals the Jewishness of these original leaders of the Communist Party, all six shown, including Lenin and Trotsky, are Jews. Also observe the double triangle arrangement of the placement of the six individuals. For those that have got eyes to see, right? It's just a coincidence again. Totally nothing to see there. Russia's not a controlled Illuminati. Sure. I kind of wish that it wasn't, to be honest, but I can only see it being controlled by the hidden hand, much like us all. Homosexual activists have latched onto the pink-coloured triangle as their chosen logo for their protests and demonstrations. On this page, we find demonstrators holding up placards with a pink triangle. I don't think I've ever seen that. They must have dropped it. But of course, similar to what I said, this movement, these people, this is what's formed into the LBGT community that we have today. It's the same movement, only under a different banner. But look at its origins. Shock horror. Again, coincidence, right? Whoa, we went too far. Does anyone know of the Lucas Trust, led by high-level masons, co-masons, which is seemingly women? The Lucas Trust has on its rolls many top United Nations officials. Its logo, the triangle, contains the X sign and also the three-pronged trident, symbol of the triple phallus. In India, the trident bearer is the god Shiva, bridegroom of the tribe goddess. Kali in Greek and Roman mythologies. So it's Kali in Greek and Roman mythologies. The trident symbolized, among others, Hades, Pluto, Neptune, and Poseidon, and of course the devil is often pictured with his three-pronged pitchfork. Of course he is. The devil's the first person or entity even that would come to my mind when I think about the pitchfork. But there's obviously a lot more in terms of that. We've touched on people like Poseidon in the past. I think we might have touched on Shiva, possibly in the past. But I mean, them symbols at the bottom there, you've got the British MI5 intelligence. I mean, come on. Again, how in your face do you want it? Honestly. Short of putting a fucking devil in that triangle, it is satanic as they come. Here they mention the group REM, again with the triangle in the rock, the music industry. It is littered, riddled with people who just throw these symbols up, probably some of them not even knowing what it represents, but they want to be part of it. They want to be in on it, possibly putting the symbol up to the occultists saying, look, take me on. I want to enter the occult. So they throw up the symbol and the occult come a knocking. But I'd imagine it's a relationship that works two ways. If they're going to give, they'll expect in return, without a doubt. And that could include the highest of sacrifice. And I think we have seen that in the past with certain celebrities, certain actors, if you like, musicians who have lost loved ones, maybe out of the blue, unexpected, suspicious, whatever it may be. Yeah. I sometimes wonder because we know how the occult work, the hidden hand. And a lot of the time to get right to the top, you will have to make the sacrifice. Not just perform some sort of ritual, but you'll have to literally sacrifice. From what I've read, even people that you love. And there is actually a photo. I don't think I've got it, but in this book, it's seemingly a photo from a Masonic lodge, and someone has been sacrificed. Obviously, I can't confirm the photo, but it is in this book. And seemingly it was a sacrifice that happened in a Greek lodge. So if you want to find that photo, you might find it by searching sacrifice at a Masonic Greek lodge. You might find it then. Here's the guy, the man of the hour. Can anyone do a Nelson Mandela impression? I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try. So here he is back again. 2004. Right? In a sort of another magazine, Maturity magazine, Modern Maturity. which some believe to be managed and run by a radical left Zionist faction purporting to represent seniors. In this picture, Mandela takes joy in presenting the double V, the sign of Kabbalism. Nelson Mandela became a Mason in 1994. He is a tool of the Rothschilds and the Oppenheimers. Yeah, without a doubt. I think Mandela probably became a Mason before that, to be honest. I think he would have been a Mason before that. And I would agree, yeah, a tool of the Rothschilds. Yeah, without a doubt. Of course, the Rothschilds, they've got a hallway in their mansion that has these shovels encased because they've had all the entities like Tony Blair, the royal family, come to their pad and they dig a hole. They plant a tree. And then the spade that they break the ground with, at least, it gets put in its place of pride and joy in what I have called the Hall of Shame. I've coined that phrase for it. It's a used phrase, but it's what I'm calling the Rothschilds Hall. There's a documentary about it where they go into the mansion and you get to see it. And it shows you Tony Blair and Prince Charles and all these other entities who have went there and dug a hole and planted a tree, laid their seed of evil. So if you ever get a chance to go into that hallway, you'll get a good clear picture of all the Rothschild lapdogs that include people like Tony Blair and Prince Charles and Camilla. And I think the Queen might have been there as well. I think it might have been Prince Charles and the Queen. I'm unsure. It was definitely the royal family. I'm trying to remember what video I put it in. I think the video "Who Are They" that I made about a year ago. So you might want to check it out. The Hall of Shame. Here's another Russian guy, Chief Vladimir Krikyukov. Clearly, another Masonic pose, right? And he is basically the leader of the KGB at the time. He's the head of the KGB, right? And obviously here, he's clearly got the Illuminati triangle, no doubt about it. But you'll notice the photo in the back as well, which is not mentioned, I don't think, no. But you can see, I think it's Lenin, or is it Trotsky? Can anyone see that photo clear enough that's behind the guy, the KGB guy? I think it's Lenin or Trotsky. What one is it? I can't remember. Someone might have. I'm sure that's Trotsky, right? It's not the clearest of picture. But yeah, everyone pretty much is. Vladimir in Russia. In Scotland, everyone's Jimmy, right? Thanks very much, Jim. Good to see you. See, I told you everyone in Scotland was called Jim. Good to see you back again. 65 million. Fucking hell. When did we decide that? When did we all get together and say, yeah, we're going to give Ukraine 65 million? What, Zelensky? Fuck off. Honestly, it's about time we told the Scottish government where to go. How about spending money on stuff that fucking needs it? Of course, no. Ukraine. Plandemic. Gender equality. That's what they call it. They've got plenty of money to spend on that. Plenty of money to give to stupid stuff. I remember they donated a couple of million to some sort of George Floyd fund. And I thought, what? Honestly, what kind what kind of world are we in? Was George Floyd from Scotland? I don't think he was. Did it happen in Scotland? I don't think it did. Was it anything to do with Scotland? I don't think it was. But here we are. We've even still got people in Scotland taking a knee. They've probably forgot why they're even taking it now. Why are you taking the knee? I think it's for coronavirus. Is it not for George? Oh yeah, it was for George Floyd. Yeah. What a world, right? Good to see Jim back again. Yeah, yeah, the poverty. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Bang on there, Jim. Good to see you back again. Uh, Much appreciated. So again, you've got, hey, the head of the KGB throwing up an Illuminati triangle. The head of the KGB. Yeah. Just a coincidence, though. His new tough guy approach. Yeah. His approval of the Illuminati superiors. Yeah. I'm sure that's Lenin or Trotsky in the background. Again, we've got the Illuminati triangles. We've got the Israeli once prime minister. What's his name? Ariel Sharon? That can't be his name, right? Oh man. Is he from he must be from 2025. Ariel, is it Ariel? Ariel Sharon. Yeah. And of course, yeah, President George W. Bush. A mirror image with the female Delta once again. Interesting that, right? Um, Two triangles joined together constitute a Jewish Star of David. For added subliminal power, the room was arranged so that the bust of Lincoln was directly behind Sharon. The message in blood bloodougian hapless Palestinians and denying them their own state. Sharon is simply being Lincoln-esque. After all, Lincoln put down the Southern insurrection, right? Yeah, he did, seemingly. And of course, look what's happened to Palestine. Fucking hell. It has been, and still is being, annihilated. The people of Palestine. Honestly, unbelievable. It really is. Um, the atrocities that happen in this world, they're beyond belief. They really are. And every time, the hidden hand is at the root of it, without a doubt. And we know this because they fucking tell us. It's there, right in front of our faces. Yet some people, they cannot see it. They simply cannot see. Even if it jumped out of the screen and punched them right on the nose, they still wouldn't see it. I shit you not. I'm going to have to speed this up because I kind of want to get through it, but not go too long. And we've already went too long. Of course, Michael Moore, Liberal Democrat Party propagandist and seemingly maker of documentaries. Yes, sure. Of course, Michael Moore, the monster, would be part of the fucking occult hidden hand. Without a doubt. And there you've got ESPN, entities like that, superstar basketball players and footballers. Here you've got an article from 1999. Andy Groove, a Jewish head of Intel. I think, is this the guy No, this is not the guy that made Mosaic or Mozart, but I'm unsure if he's in this slide, but he's in the book doing similar. Clearly throwing up the triangle, clear as day, not by accident. Now, we discussed this not that long ago. The sign of a master mason. The mark of a master mason, if you like. And of course, Malcolm X, when we discussed it last, we did mention Mr. X. And we mentioned as well Huxley. It was about him because he also was caught, if you like, performing the mark of the master. And here you've got Leonard from Star Trek. Any Star Trek fans in the hood? Throwing up the same sign, just a coincidence. Then you've got the US ambassador, Franklin Williams. 1975 to 1983. Anyone remember him? And of course, yeah, it does not stop with politicians or any official sort of entity in that sense, in a government sense. Here you've got, would you believe it? Hank McKinnell, CEO of global pharmaceutical giant Pfizer? Surely not, right? On the cover of Business Week, February 28, 2005. And what is he doing? Yeah, complete coincidence. Of course, Masonic Master Mason. It's the sign. It's how they tell us. Now, these people, these entities, they ain't fucking stupid. These front covers, they're a dead giveaway. They really are a dead giveaway. And of course, Pfizer. Good old Pfizer, right? Trustworthy Pfizer. Oh, man. And yeah, the Pope. Of course, the Pope. The Pope does it again with President Ronald Reagan and First Lady Nancy at his side. As an inside, the skull cap in many colour variations is worn by Jews and high Catholic clergy alike. Though its use harkens back to the horrific memory of Jesus crucified on Calvary. Quote, the place of the skull, close quote. Yeah, interesting one that, right? I didn't actually know that. I did always wonder what the cap represented. And here it's saying it's to represent what? Jesus' crucifixion? Is that really what Jesus would want people to do? I don't think it would be, to be honest, but there you go. What do I know? To be fair, nothing. And yeah, good old Reagan, right? Ronald Reagan. That's my Reagan impression. The late Pope John Paul was a believer in Jewish Kabbalah. On March 22, 1984, the Pope received members of the infamous B'nai B'rith Freemasonry Lodge of New York City, made up exclusively even of influential Jews at the Vatican. And there's the photo. Again, how in your face do people want it to be before they can actually accept it for what it is? Oh, it's just a meeting. Oh, it's just a triangle. Oh, it's just a hand gesture. Yeah, and Sweeney Todd was just a barber, right? Sure. Quote, I am proud even to be a Mason. Close quote. Writes Rabbi Shamur Adas, 32 degree in this issue of the New Age magazine, April 1987. A month before I was born. There you go. Note, the name of this magazine has since been changed to the Scottish Rite Journal. Yep, that's correct. We know of it. To hide the connection of the Masons with the occult New Age movement. In fact, the Masonic order, predominantly led by Jews, as its former sovereign Grand Commander Albert Pike has revealed, the symbols and rituals of Freemasonry are all based on the Kabbalah of the Jews. That is, in the words of Albert Pike, which you can find on, you'll find in his book Morals and Dogma. And I recommend it, actually. I've not finished it yet, but I am quite a bit into it. It certainly tells you a lot, put it that way. And here we are again with the triangle. This time, we're at a Catholic cardinals and bishops meeting, a big orgy. Oh my God. Yeah. They meet with their Orthodox counterparts in Greece. Observe the hand sign of the Catholic prelate who's third from the left, and also the double-headed eagle logo on the wall behind the group. Yeah. And also, though, the cross. Can we see that? That's not, especially in almost the middle, second in from the left. That's a Knights Templar cross. That's not a religious cross. No way. It's a Knights Templar cross. And of course, the two-headed eagle with the crown is the Scottish Rite. It's the Scottish Rite Freemasonry, without a doubt. Now, some people might like to think that religion is not infiltrated or playing a part when it comes to the hidden hand, but I'm afraid it likely is. And stuff like this concretes my belief that you would be best placed staying away from it. Have your beliefs, by all means. I certainly support and promote that. But don't get involved with any movement or ideology that is basically a cult. Don't get roped into it. All right? Have your beliefs in your faith. I certainly promote that and respect that. I think we all have that. And we all kind of need to have that. But I think they're stripping that away as well, to be honest. We could expand on that a wee bit more in the future. Again, we're going to Pope John Paul. And again, he's throwing up the triangle, sitting next to Nancy. And I thought Nancy's dress looked quite interesting, if you know what I mean. He likes Nancy. He wants to wear her dress. Of course, I'm referring to the sort of pattern, the symbolism on it, which I'm surprised never got mentioned, to be honest, because it's quite clear. I mean, it's covered in triangles, sort of. I want to say lightning. To me, that's like a lightning, like the squiggly. It's like an M almost, kind of like an M or a W. You've got the square, the cube, the triangle, the squiggly kind of lightning bolt. And you also have something that looks a wee bit like an all-seeing eye, right? At a stretch. But in my opinion, that won't be by accident. No way. Lee Harvey Oswald. Who's he? He's the guy that shot JFK, right? That's the guy that shot JFK. Yeah. And this is shortly after his arrest. He's throwing up this fist, clenched fist. Another sign, right? Not by accident, that. I mean, what's he trying to say? Yeah, shot the president. He's not saying that, right? He was trying to claim that he was a. Is that him saying, I'm innocent? I don't think it is any of them. It's clearly a gesture. And then at the bottom, you've got Senator John Kerry returns to Capitol Hill. And there he is with his hand sign, fist clenched. What does that remind people of? Freemasonry's the Royal Arch. Now, this is quite comical, this one, right? Can we see this, if at all? It's not the best of picture. The banner reveals two angels holding their respective wings in a triangle shape. The cloven hoofs and goat legs demonstrate the Luciferian nature of these angelic creatures. The Coils Masonic Encyclopedia, 1995. The Royal Arch Banner of Freemasonry. With angels that have goat's legs. Oh, man. I mean, come on, right? Yeah, Christians. Yeah. Of course they are. Right? What about the goat's legs? Never mind the goat's legs. Right? Forget about them. But they're right there. Forget them. Right? Never mind. What horrid looking bloody banner, if you want to call it that. Goat's legs. I mean, come on. How obvious do they make it, right? I mean, it's pretty clear in terms of the satanic connection, the satanic roots of it. Here it's mentioning about the advertising. And again, yep, you've got the triangle being spotted, the lightning bolt. We've touched on that many times. She's standing with her legs as a triangle. She's got her arm, which also represents a triangle. That one you'll see quite a lot. And honestly, look out for it. Because that represents that pretty much is throwing up the hand sign. When they put their arm like that at their waist and create a triangle at their side. You'll see it done sometimes with two. And we might touch on that. And of course, yeah, the lightning bolt. Now, this picture's not from the book. I've added it. But I wanted to show you it. Because, yeah, good old David Rockefeller. Look at his tie. Again, like I mentioned with... oh, bugger. Like I mentioned with the dress. God's sake, if I can work it. Remember I said about it looks like an M or a W. It's a lightning strike, a lightning bolt. Clear as day. It's on the dress numerous times. And the same symbol, again, is here. A bit more clearer in terms of a lightning strike. That one actually kind of looks a bit more like a Z, to be fair. It's like a different font, but it's a lightning bolt, right? I keep saying strike. I mean lightning bolt. And again, clear as day on David Rockefeller's tie. Now, do you think David's hobbies is lightning? Or he likes lightning? Yeah, I don't think anyone likes lightning, right? You've never heard anyone say, "Yeah, I like lightning. I got a lightning tie." It doesn't. It would not make sense, right? This is again a symbol and a dead giveaway. That's not in the book, but I have mentioned it before, and I thought it would be fitting, given that we were covering at least the lightning bolt. And yeah, good old Donald Trump. Going back to the book, I mean, has this guy ever got his hands in any other position? In fact, let's not go there, right? Let's not go there. But there he is again. And yeah, the triangle once again. And of course, going forward to not even that long ago, here we are again. Now, this photo's not from the book. This is, I think, the second photo that I've added. And again, Trump clearly with the triangle. And remember what I just said as well about the arms at the side, at someone's side, which then represents a triangle. Or if it's two triangles, right? Which we've covered already. Now look at Putin. Look at how he's sitting. Do you think that's by accident as well? Because I bloody don't. I certainly don't. Now, this one here, I mean, fucking hell. Honestly, this is the back cover of the book, Mozart and Freemasonry, published by Dorset Press, a firm that publishes many Masonic related volumes. The triangle symbol is prominent. Within the triangle is a three-headed serpent, most likely representing the whole unholy even Trinity. Also, a smaller symbol, subtle and tiny, near the head of the serpent is an image of some type of creature with a lightning bolt out of its head. Mozart, considered today a great composer and famous even during his lifetime, was murdered by the Masons in 1791 as penalty for his revealing of the secrets of Freemasonic ritual in his work entitled The Magic Flute. Anyone know about that? Not only was the composer murdered, seemingly by poisoning, but the Masons blackballed his funeral. It is said that even Mozart's closest friends and family members did not so much as attend his funeral. Wow. Talk about making an example, right? Interesting that. Let me quickly make a note of that. Because we're going to look into that a wee bit more, right? That's quite interesting. And yeah, the serpent and the lightning bolt once again. Has anyone known about the Mozart song? What was it called again? The Magic Flute. Has anyone ever read about that? Have we still got people? Let me check. We do. We've still got people here. Unbelievably. We're still going, which is great. So yeah, I mean, I had heard in the past that Mozart was likely connected with the occult, but I've never been a fan of classical music. I kind of dislike it. I would never say hate it, but I don't like it. Put it that way. But yeah, I think we're going to look into that a wee bit more, right? Interesting one that, and yeah, the three-headed serpent. I mean, come on, again, talk about in your face. This is a very famous photo. Even to me, it's familiar. I think I've seen it in colour as well. Historic photograph of Russia's last Romanov dynasty Tsar Nicholas II and his family. Though connected with other Illuminati dynasties, the Romanovs were despised by the Bolshevik Zionists Lenin and Trotsky, who in 1917 took over Russia and deposed the Tsar and set up their communist dictatorship. The Zionists, under orders from Lenin, kidnapped, then murdered the entire family shown here. Yeah. So they weren't very keen by the sounds of this. The Romanovs weren't big fans of the Bolshevik Zionist occult. And look what fucking happened to them going by this. Of course, that's how they work. If you don't play ball, if you don't play along, if you don't go by what they tell you, you won't have long. You'll either not have long in the position that you're in, or you won't have long to breathe. Because once you cross the line and fucking mess about with the powers that be, if you like, you're gonna probably pay for it, because they do not let anyone get in their way. Now, I watched a live stream with the guy Ken O'Keefe. Do we know him? I'm not a fan of him, but I watched it because I thought it was funny. He kind of cracks me up, to be honest. I know of Ken O'Keefe through Richie Allen, and I always wind Ken up saying, "Oh, Richie said this." And I asked Ken on his live stream, it's on his YouTube. I said, "Oh, what do you think about Richie Allen?" Start stirring the pot, causing trouble. And he was like, yeah, Richie. It was quite funny. Basically, he challenged Richie Allen to a fight. And I thought, oh, here we go. We're going to have Ken O'Keefe versus Richie Allen in the octagon. A big showdown, right? And it was quite funny. Ken O'Keefe then went on to say that he was going to maybe become a professional UFC fighter. Oh man, fucking it. Is there anyone here who likes Ken O'Keefe? Do we know? Do you know the guy I'm talking about? Some of you might know of him. Some of you might not. He's not as well known as he used to be. He's done quite a lot in the past in regards to Palestine and stuff like that. Good to see you, Carmel. We'll catch you next time, right? A pleasure to see you back again. But anyway, Ken was battering on a load of complete nonsense. Honestly, I think the guy, I mean, and this is rich coming from me, it really is rich. But I think the guy might need help, to be honest. I don't know, he's kind of lost his way, which is a shame, right? I mean, I'd never, I'd never, I'd never like to mock the guy if he was genuinely not well. But some of the stuff he says, I just think, wow, come on, mate, wind your neck in, right? Get a grip, honestly. He's a bit of a clown. And again, that is rich coming from me. But yeah, another interesting point is that Ken O'Keefe was basically saying that Hitler was a great guy and that he loved Adolf Hitler. Quote, that is a fucking quote from Ken's live stream. I love Adolf Hitler. He was speaking about Adolf Hitler like he was his best friend. Oh man, I was thinking, I honestly couldn't help but think, God's sake, this guy's insane, right? I mean, I know there's people who say, look, Germany was actually doing quite well. Hitler done this and he done that. Yeah, maybe the streets might have been clean, stuff like that. but he was into fucking eugenics, genocide, under the orders of the hidden hand, a puppet of the Illuminati. Yeah, but the streets were clean. Yeah, so fucking what? Look at the bigger picture. Hitler was again another puppet on a string, much like the entities that claim to run the show today in regards to political leaders. They don't run the show. Hitler would have got used like everyone else gets fucking used. But personally, I don't think he would have been a good guy. And from what I've read about him, he was a bit of a creep. He, as we've covered before in the past, he was obsessed with Disney movies. And it's quite funny because he actually banned Disney movies in Germany. He was a great guy, right? Yeah, ban fucking anything, everything. He banned Disney movies in Germany, but he was watching them at home. Oh, man. But that's the sort of people that Ken O'Keefe, he loves Adolf Hitler. I mean, what? Honestly. And I thought I was crazy, but there you go. Here you've got the USSR emblem and the emblem of the United Nations. Nothing to see there whatsoever. Nope. No, not similar in any way, shape, or form. Not having it. Nope. It doesn't look the same. Nope. Russia is not the same as the UN. Russia is not controlled by the hidden hand. Repeat after me. Fucking, it's a carbon copy, right? It's a carbon copy. Come on. I think in the Russian one as well, what have we got there? A sun? A sun rising, maybe? I'm unsure what that. I think that maybe represents a sun. Then you've got the sickle with the globe and the star at the top. I mean, it's pretty much a carbon copy, right? Funny that. There's no connection. Of course, there's no connection whatsoever. Ah, Justine, classic. I don't even see how Hitler's mother could love him. I know, right? Yeah, I'd agree. A face not even a mother could love. Put it that way. Good to see Justine back again. Now, here's one that might get you. Question time again. That's life, but not as we know it. I honestly don't think anyone's going to get it. Does anyone know who these two characters are? Right? This is the bit I referred to at the very beginning, that if we had time, we might cover it. And we are running late, so I'm trying my best to speed it along. But does anyone want to take a guess who these two characters are playing chess? Before I give you a clue, does anyone want to take a stab at it? Right? You'll be promoted to top of the class. You'll knock Justine off the perch. Justine's top of the class at the moment, right? But, I mean, take a good look at these guys. Put it on your full screen if you don't have it on a full screen. These are two characters that are well known. Now, the first clue that I'm going to give is that we have mentioned their names already tonight. So that's going to narrow it down at least a bit. So, and it's not a Rothschild, and it's not a Rockefeller either, or a banker. This was seemingly painted by an artist, while these two characters played chess. And like I said, we have mentioned them. The picture's not the greatest, right? One of them we just mentioned about a minute ago. The other one about 10 minutes ago. Right? So, is anyone going to take a stab? Is anyone going to get it? No one's going to get it. To be honest, I'd have never got it. No, it's not a Rockefeller. It's not one of the Rockies. It's not the Rockies. It's not Houdini. It's fake. Stop deleting innocent comments. Who's deleting innocent comments? Oh man, let me see this. Oh, where did it go? It's fake. Stop delete. What's fake? This artist impression? You try to tell me it's fake? If it's fake, you can tell me who it is then, right? I'm assuming you know who it is. And look, give me an easy name. Zogberg. Okay? And who's deleting innocent comments? Come on. Honestly, get with the fucking script, man. Right, well, who is the individuals then? Right, you can't just say it's fake. It's an artist's drawing. What are you trying to claim that I said it's a photograph? I never said it was a photo. Yeah, you're right. It is Hitler and Lenin, seemingly, but it's seemingly a an artist's impression, which yeah, NASA are good at them, right? But hey, no one's deleting comments, unless a moderator did, probably by accident, but I doubt it, or they would have said. We have had issues in the past where YouTube decide to fucking remove comments because I don't know, even just simple comments. I've seen even just a simple comment like that was a great video, and it got removed, and it's like right, okay. YouTube's obviously been on it, but there you go. But yeah, you're free here to certainly say. At least if I can let you say whatever you need to say, I will let you say it without a doubt. YouTube, on the other hand, that's a fucking different story. And I can tell you that through experience with them, right? We're not going to get into all that because that'll be another hour talking about the twice deleted original channel, right? Let's not go there. But seemingly, this came out in September the 3rd, 2009. Seemingly, it's a picture of a young Adolf Hitler apparently playing chess against Vladimir Lenin 100 years ago has came to light. This came out in 2019. And seemingly, the image is said to have been created in Vienna by Hitler's art teacher, Emma Lauenstrom. Lauenstrom? We'll go with that, right? So Emma Lauenstrom, and it is signed on the reverse by the two dictators. Hitler was a jobbing artist in the city in 1909, and Lenin was in exile in the house where they allegedly played the game belonged to a prominent Jewish family. Wouldn't that be a turn for the books, right? In the run up to the Second World War, the Jewish family fled and gave many of their possessions, including the etching and chess set, to their housekeeper. Now, like everything with the media, I mean, you take it with a pinch of salt. Like, what was the person's name again? Zoidberg, who weirdly came out of the blue and knew who that was, which was rather strange. I didn't think anyone would have got it. But there you go. And yeah, you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. I mean, that's not evidence, but it's interesting as well. I certainly found it a bit strange. I kind of came across it by accident, and I thought, wait, what? Surely not, right? But there you go. This one cracked me up. It came out the other day. We like to keep a little mystery. Yeah. Said Britain's female Freemason. Yeah. And seemingly Britain's black female Freemason. Who'd have thought it, right? Diverse. The Freemasons, they're diverse. They've got women, black women. Yeah. It's funny, the women, I think, have always been connected with Freemasons in one way or another. And I think that was again admitted in a certain way when you look at the suffragettes, the suffragette movement. Many of their leaders were Freemasons. Now, what does that tell you? Answers on a postcard, right? So anyway, I think that's about it for tonight. We've went nearly 3 hours, and my wife is going to shoot me. Actually, yesterday, or was it the day before? The day before yesterday, it was my wife and I's 3rd year anniversary. So we've been married now 3 years, and we've been together for about, Jesus, 14, 13 maybe years. So quite a quite a while. But it's been a roller coaster of a journey so far. Certainly not done. Far from done. But we're strong as a unit. We really are. And I'm very grateful to have the wife that I've got. I would be completely lost without her. She completes me, if you like. So she keeps me in the right, and she deals with all the stuff that I don't know how to deal with. So that's good, right? And of course, I love her unconditionally, uh, to no end, indefinitely, and long may it continue, right? So yeah, thank you very much for the happy anniversaries. Um, like I said, I'm very grateful. When I think back to my younger days, I never ever for a second ever imagined that I would one day be married with children. Honestly, if you had told me that, about say 15, 20 years ago, say about 20 maybe, I would have laughed. I certainly would have laughed. So there you go. You never know in life, right? You think you might know, but you probably don't. Take my advice, because I certainly don't. Anyway, Friday. We're into Friday now, actually. Yeah, so we're into the weekend here in Bonnie, Scotland. I'm trying to think. I might actually be on tomorrow. At some point. Um, I'm unsure what time, but I'll try and let you know. I was wanting to cover a wee bit about Bart Sibrel's book, Moon Man. I wanted to read a wee bit of it and get a bit of a catch up. A bit more focused on the chat. I haven't when I'm when I'm doing the slides. I can't really multitask. So I can't see the comments because I need a full screen to read it. Oh man, one of these days, right? We'll get it right. So hopefully everyone's had a good week, and hopefully you're going to have a great weekend. Like I always say, get out there, enjoy yourself. Never, ever, ever, even for a split second, live in fear. Don't do it. Not for a second. Don't fall into that, right? Don't. Keep your head well and truly held high. Walk with it high. Walk with a swagger. Walk with pride. Because you, my friend, are a warrior. I shit you not. If you've made it this far, like I say, wow. Congratulations, because you are made of strong stuff. Honestly, the stuff we've now went through, unbelievable. Truly staggering. Yet we're still here. We're still going. We're still fighting. And hey, each day is a new day. And we learn every fucking day. Well, at least I certainly do. I certainly learn every day. But we keep our head high. And we're never going to live in fear. Never. And honestly, everyone that comes here, I'm very grateful for it. I'm very grateful for the comments. I'm very grateful for your time. I'm very grateful for any kind of engagement that you give me in your time, of course. I know how precious time is. So I'm really, truly grateful that you come here and choose to spend it with me. Honestly, I can't stress that enough. Hopefully we've covered a few bits. You've learnt a wee bit, maybe. Joined a few dots, who knows? You might have came to a conclusion that you can maybe let me know in on, because I'm still none the wiser. But there you go, I never will be. So yeah, I won't be holding my breath there, right? But I did find the Mozart one quite interesting. So I have got a note of that here. And I'm going to look into that one a wee bit more, right? So let me see if I've got a tune. Have I got a tune? I might play two, seeing as it's Friday. It's Friday now, but we are kind of short on time. So I'll see, right? But anyway, I will be back either tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night for about an hour or so. A bit of a catch up, and we'll discuss the book Moon Man by Bart Sabrell. And I would like to interview Bart again, possibly in the next few weeks, right? So I'm going to email Bart tomorrow and get a catch up with Bart, and then we'll do a live. I'll jump on, I'll discuss some of the book, we'll get a catch up, and then I'll see you again on the Monday, I'd imagine. But of course, we'll catch you all tomorrow, right? So, until then, that is about it. Bye-bye.
We control the finances, news media, food, transportation, energy. We control everything. It is important that you, as world leaders, keep our program before your country.
lose everything. And we're not joking. We're not lying. We're not exaggerating. This is so bad, everyone, that we're willing to take this risk. And
don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Oh Lord, they know trouble so hard. Oh Lord, they know trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Yes, I went down the other day. My soul was happy because she don't me. I went down the other day. My soul was happy because she don't me. Oh Lord, they know trouble so hard. Oh Lord, they know trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. And I went up that hill again today. My soul was happy, good to stay all day. But I went to my room and did stay long. Looked at the bed and my brother was there. Oh Lord, they know trouble so hard. Oh Lord, they know trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God.
Wake up, get down, Eagle.